Local webcasting for a worldwide audience.
Hello, you're listening to Radio Lewis where the music matters. My name's Steve Brooks and this is Vapour Trails. Yeah, and welcome back to Vapour Trails. That was Sandy Nelson from 1961 and Let There Be Drums. So yes, we're carrying on with our drummer's theme. So it's Hear the Drummer, Get Wicked Part 2. And yeah, we had lots of great responses to the last week's show, so I thought might as well carry on. So we got a few requests as usual, and some that I've just thrown in. One of those is this next one. And I can't believe I forgot Clem Burke from Blondie last time, but this is him on Blondie's track Dreamin'.
I met you in the restaurant.
Oh, I love that. That's Blondie there from 1979 and Dreaming. And there was actually, there is a Clem Burke documentary that came out this year called My View, or The Beats That Drove Blondie. And I haven't managed to catch it yet. I've seen the trailer for it and a few clips, and it looks really good. I'm just amazed that he's still got the same haircut. It's grey, but it's still there. Absolutely marvellous. And anyway, next up is First Request for this show, and for Kevin McVeigh, this is Deep Purple and Fireball. Yeah, from 1971. That's Deep Purple and Fireball. And the drummer was Ian Pace, who was a member from when he was about 18 onwards, I think. So he's one of the longest serving members of Deep Purple. And that was the choice of Kevin McVeigh. So cheers, well, and Kevin. Next up, we've got a bit of jazz funk fusion, I think is the term for it. And this is the request of Barry Holmes, who said there's only one drummer, Billy Cobham. And this is Billy from 1973 and the track Quadrant 4. bloody rhymey. I'm out of breath just listening to that. Blimey, what a space that went out. Yeah, that was Billy Cobham and Quadrant 4 from 1973. Yes, I can hear the flares flapping in the wind from here. And yeah, I was thinking, I hope I get a rest on this show. But actually, looking down the playlist, no such luck. So next up, another request is Lloyd Dickinson and a bit of Thin Lizzy and Waiting for an Alibi.
And what he's got, he says he has not stole from anyone. It's not that he don't tell the truth, or even that he misspent his youth. It's just he holds the proof, but you know something's wrong. Waiting for an alibi, waiting for an alibi, waiting for an alibi, waiting for an alibi. Valentino's in a cold sweat, placed all his money on that last bet. Gets all the odds, he smokes another cigarette. Says it helped him to forget he's a nervous wreck. It's not that he misses much, or even that he lost his lucky touch. It's just he gambles so much, and you know that it's wrong. Waiting for an alibi, waiting for an alibi, waiting just to catch your eye. Waiting for an alibi, waiting for an alibi, to say I told you, I told you. Waiting for an alibi, waiting just to catch you. Waiting for an alibi, waiting for an alibi, to say I told you. Waiting for an alibi, waiting for an alibi. Oh my, 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 my.
Yeah, that was Brian Downey there, bashing the drums for Thin Lizzy in 1979. So cheers for that one, Lloyd. Yeah, last week we played a bit of Queen of the Stone Age because it had Dave Grohl on drums, and lead singer of Queens of the Stone Age, Josh Homme, is no stranger to the drum kit either. And one of his little pet projects is Eagles of Death Metal, and he plays drums on this on the studio recordings. Although I'm dedicating this to Peter Burnell Smith, who actually pointed out that live they used Joey Costello from the Queens of the Stone Age. So there you go. Put me right there, Peter. Thank you. And anyway, this is from 1997, and I Want You So Hard, The Boys Bad News.
Bad news. Oh, I want you so hard, I want you so good.
Yeah, especially for Peter Burnell Smith and everyone down at the Rifle Volunteer, way down somewhere in the southwest, somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, what we got next? Oh yeah, next up, Andy Basil has requested this one. Oh, this is brilliant. I do like this. It's a bit of Buzzcocks and the marvellous John Mayer. I think it was about 16 or 17 when they recorded this in 1978. And from the Love Bites LP, this is the track Nothing Left. Yeah, the Buzzcocks there with nothing left at all except an amazing legacy of fantastic records. Yeah, that was John Mayer on the drums there, and that was a request of Andy Basil. Cheers, Andy. So I can hear you shouting, where's the women drummers, Steve? And okay, we've got 2 in a row now. And first up, we've got Janet Vise, I hope I pronounced that correctly, of Sleater Kenny. And this is from 1997, Turn It On. And then after the jingle, we've got Mo Tucker from the Velvet Underground.
OMG. It's Vapour Trails on Radio Lewis.
Teenage Mary said to Uncle Dave, I sold my soul, must be saved. Gonna take a walk down Union Square. You never know where you're gonna find there. You gotta run, 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 run. Take the jacket too. Run, 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 run. Gypsy death in you. Tell you what to do. Margarita Passion, they had to get her fixed. She wasn't well, she was getting sick. Went to sell her soul, she wasn't high, didn't know. Think she could buy it, she would run, 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 run. Take the jacket too. Run, 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 run. Gypsy death in you. Tell you what to do. a golden nose, hobnail boots wrapped around her toes. When she turned blue, all the angels screamed. They didn't know, they couldn't make her sing. She had a run, 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 take a deck or two. Run, 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 chips to death in you. Tell you what to do. Harry, what a waste. Couldn't even get, say, small town taste. Rode the trolleys down to 47. Biggie Big was good. He get himself to heaven cause I had a run, 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 take a deck or two. Run, 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 gypsy to death in you. Tell you what to do.
Yeah, there you had a couple of cracking tracks there. First up was Sleater Kinney with Janet Vise on Janet. Anyway, on drums there from 1997 and Turn It On, and that was especially for Eric Jackson. And then there was Maureen Mo Tucker, The Velvet Underground from the album The Velvet Underground and Nicole, and Run 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 from 1967, which was the request of Tony Keane. So yeah, Mo Tucker, not necessarily the most brilliant or technical drummer, but then again extremely influential. And yeah, I don't know if you could stand there for like 4 or 5 minutes banging a floor tom and a snare with mallets either, but yeah, she was pretty good at the time and fitted in really well. So next up, I thought I'd kind of have a look round outside of rock in general, because it does tend to lay rather heavy on the rock side of things, looking at drummers. And so I had a look into the ska and reggae, and came up with Sly Dunbar. Of course, he's extremely famous as a producer with Robbie Shakespeare and as a drummer. And one of his early recordings is this one from 1970, and this is Andy Capp and the Law.
This is the law, chapter 1. The law for the good, the law for the ugly, for the bad, bang. The law. This is the law. This is the law.
Yeah, from 1970, Andy Capp and the Law, featuring the human metronome himself, Sly Dunbar, on drums. And I played that especially for Josh and Rufus, who I bumped into the other day. And next up, we've got a bit of Jimi Hendrix and, of course, the drummer Mitch Mitchell. And from 1967, this is the track Fire.
Next to your fire. Hey, let me stand next to your fire. Whoa, let me stand, baby. Let me stand. Yeah, baby. Listen here, baby. Let's stop acting so crazy. You say your mom ain't home and ain't my concern. Just come play with me and you won't get burned. I've only one itch and desire. Let me stand next to your fire. Let me stand. Yeah. Let me stand, baby. Let me stand. Oh, let me stand. Oh. I'll move over and let Jimmy take over. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Get on with it, baby.
Oh, yeah, enjoyed that. That's Jimi Hendrix Experience and Fire. I haven't actually got anyone to dedicate that to, so I'm going to dedicate it to you. Yes, you there, with the T-shirt on. Yes, it's for you. Oh, wash your hands after you finish with that. Anyway, next up, bit of old rock and roll for you, a bit of old Buddy Holly, and again, unbelievably influential drummer, although really not credited these days very much, Jerry Allison. And certainly this track, when they recorded it in 1957, everyone was like, what on earth are you doing? No one's ever played that before, or at least, built a song around it. So, from 1957, this is Buddy Holly and the Crickets and Peggy Sue.
If you knew Peggy Sue, then you know why I feel blue without Peggy. My Peggy Sue. Oh, well, I love you, galleys. I love you, Peggy Sue. Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue. Oh, how my heart yearns for you, oh, Peggy. My Peggy Sue. Oh, well, I love you, galleys. I love you, Peggy Sue. Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue, pretty, 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 pretty Peggy Sue, oh, Peggy, my Peggy Sue. Oh, well, I love you, gal, and I need you, Peggy Sue. gal. I want you, Peggy Sue. I need you, Peggy Sue. I love you, Peggy Sue, with a love so rare and true. Oh, Peggy, my Peggy Sue. Oh, well, I love you, gal, and I want you, Peggy Sue. Oh, well, I love you, gal, and I want you, Peggy Sue.
Yeah, Buddy Holly and the Crickets with Peggy Sue from 1957. I'm going to play that especially for Andy Basil and his dear departed dad, John Basil, who they used to listen to that on John's 8-track in the car, and that kind of set Andy on his musical journey, which I must say is a very, very good musical journey and a man full of taste. So well done on you, John. And moving up now, we got what we got now? Oh yes. Couldn't leave Keith Moon out, could we? Well, I didn't get round to playing him last week, so especially for Graham Roberts, this is The Who and I Can See for Miles.
I know you deceived me, now here's a surprise. I know that you have, 'cause there's magic in my eyes. I can see for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. Oh yeah. If you think that I don't know about the little tricks you play and never see you when deliberately you put things in my way, well, here's a poke at you. You're gonna choke on it too. You're gonna lose that smile because all the while I could see for miles and miles. I could see for miles and miles. I could see for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. Oh yeah. You took advantage of my trust in you when I was so far away. I saw you holding lots of other guys, and now you've got the nerve to say that you still want me. Well, that's as may be, but you gotta stand trial, because all the while I can see for miles and miles. I can see for miles and miles. I can see for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. Oh yeah. I know you've deceived me, now here's a surprise. I know that you have, 'cause there's magic in my eyes. I can see for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. Oh yeah. The Eiffel Tower and the Taj Mahal might be on clear days. You thought that I would need a crystal ball to see right through the haze. Well, there's a poke at you. you're gonna choke on it too. You're gonna lose that smile, because all the while I can see for miles and miles. I can see for miles and miles. I can see for miles and 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 miles. I can see for 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 miles and miles.
Oh, just sublime, isn't it? Keith Moon there with The Who and I Can See for Miles, and especially for Graham Roberts and all the old mods out there. I tell you what's a weird thing about living in Brighton is sometimes I go for a bit of a stroll along the front on a Sunday morning or something like that, and the amount of old mods that you'd bump into, it's like they've come down to Brighton to die or something. It's like the last of the summer wine-coloured stay-pressed trousers, it really is. And anyway, how about a bit of White Stripes? Why not?
I'm gonna fight 'em all. A seven-nation army couldn't hold me back. They're gonna rip it off, taking their time right behind my back. And I'm talking to myself at night because I can't forget. Back and forth through my mind behind a cigarette. And a message coming from my eyes says leave it alone.
The White Stripes there with Meg White on drum, of course, and Seven Army Nation from 2003. And that's especially for Ali B. Poor old love's been suffering with her throat this week and can hardly talk, so she's been using semaphore and interpretive dance to let me know her needs. I think that's what she'd be doing. Either that or she's having a fit. So I've got a couple of songs to go, and next up, I'm going to play especially for our drummer in the Dead Sea Scouts, otherwise known as Charlie Watt, because he's on poor old, so I've only got one ear that works. And anyway, I'm going to play his namesake, Charlie Watts, and this is from 1969, The Rolling Stones and Honky Tonk Women.
Gents of Ballroom Queen in Memphis. She tried to take me upstairs for a ride. She had to heave me right across her shoulder. 'Cause I just can't seem to drink it off my mind.
The Stones there with apparently one-time Lewis resident and victim of a burglary, Charlie Watts, from what I've heard. Anyway, just one more song to go. So before that, just to say thank you very much to everyone that's requested stuff for today and for last week as well, and for all the sharers and carers. And next week, the theme's going to be trumpets. So any great song you can think with a trumpet in it, I don't know, Teardrop Explodes, Reward, that sort of thing. And that was suggested by the lad himself, Phil Dyson. And cheers for that, Phil. I think we should work on that one. Gives me a chance to play Herb Albert and the Tijuana Brass. Any excuse. And if you want a request or anything like that, just find me on Facebook, Steve Vapour Trails, or you can email me on vapourtrails66@gmail.com. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with this one, which is especially for Alan Walker and also for myself, because it's my favourite one too. And from 1981, The Jam and Funeral Pyre. Oh yeah, and the drummer's Rick Buckler as well. Almost forgot.
Okay, that was the last song. You can fast forward and turn over the tape now.
Radio Lewis. Local webcasting for a worldwide audience.